As many actors as there are, there's as many approaches too.
Right.
If nothing else, it gives you confidence that there's a bunch of different ways to get to a solution.
Yeah, and also gives you confidence that everyone screws up.
Right.
You know, because what you sometimes end up seeing is you see the pristine, edited, spit-shined performance, and it sometimes can just be really, really reassuring to know that other people forget their lines, and other people screw up, and other people beat themselves up afterwards.
Was there a time when you said, okay, I'm going to loosen the reins a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember when I was doing Black Gold, there was this scene where Tahir Rahim's character, my brother, gets shot, and I kind of jump off my camel, and as you do, and the stage direction says, you know, Ali, my character, wails uncontrollably. And I don't normally kind of pay massive attention to stage direction. Sometimes I think take it more as a suggestion. And I just thought, I don't really wail uncontrollably. Let me try and go for that. And just went in and just let go and was just screaming and bawling in my eyes out and crying my eyes out for this scene. And this scene just kind of went on for about, a minute. And then there was like a cut. And it was a bit quiet, and John Giacono comes over and goes, okay, I think maybe a bit less, a little bit less. And yeah, it was terrible. I mean, it was absolutely awful. It was god awful. Like, I went back and watched it and like, okay, cool. That's why I don't work like that. But I'm glad I tried it. For a control freak like me, acting is often just a process of like kind of abandoning control, which is why I can find it quite a, quite a tricky experience at times, I'm definitely that person that goes home and like be running the last week's lines in the mirror at 4 a.m.
So that brings up a question of how you watch your own performances, or if you do. Like, did you have to come to terms with accepting
Yeah, I
them?
think that's something that you get better at over time. I remember when I was watched my first performances, you kind of fixate on things in a way that no viewer will, no one notices. But as you get better at that, I found it has become a great tool, and often I really like to go and, after done a few takes, go and watch playback.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, just because there might be little things that I notice technically, or it's just easier for me to watch than it is to try and, it's kind of, I like to think it helps the director out, because they don't have to kind of sit and think of a really sensitive way of like telling you to like, look less dumb. You know what I mean? And you just like, oh, okay, yeah, I got it. Let me go back in, which can be helpful.
Right. They would probably say,
I've often
look a
told
little
them
more
to look less
smart.
dumb. Yeah, exactly.